Greetings, I'm EpikTek, and this is EpikTek. Hey, check it out. What do you think? Looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? A lot fewer wires running all over the place. That's for sure. I kind of had to keep had to keep a few of them up on top. I thought a way that I could put these underneath, but I don't know. Maybe later. Anyway, I'll show you where they all went. Down here. Look at that. It's kind of looking cool down here too. So this runs over to my storage drawers. And of course that's our crystal accelerator there. And here's our ME controller. I stuck it down here. This gives us more sides to connect to. So I've got a few coming off this way. So that's got 1 of 8 channels. This has got 3 of 8 channels, and I really need to put a smart cable there so that I can tell, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels this direction. We're probably going to have to replace I don't know, we'll figure it out. So, yeah. Other than that, it didn't change a whole lot. I put the pattern terminal down here, since that's where I got to put them anyway. As we get a little more advanced, there's ways to, we'll end up with a whole bunch of these ME interfaces. I mean, this one's almost full as it is, so we're going to have to add more. And eventually it's going to get kind of overwhelming, and there's a way to deal with them better, but we'll get into that later. For now, I'm just going to leave that down there. And yeah, pretty cool. So today we're going to be getting into automating a few more machines and getting a few more auto crafting, processing, that kind of things done. But first, I want to show you something completely unrelated. I found my first rice. It's kind of rare to go this long without finding rice, but I finally did. I'm super excited about this. However, in the current version of the pack, I can't plant this. Well, I can't plant it directly, but there is a way to plant it, and I'm going to show you how. We need some sticks. And if we do, oh, no, that's not right. That is called a crop. I'm just going to go ahead and get 1 for now. Later on, we might get into the more advanced stuff from AgriCraft. Oh, look at that. I'm going to make it so it's daytime because I don't like nighttime. Later on, we're going to get into some of the more advanced stuff from AgriCraft, but ooh, got ourselves some more. Okay, ooh, shiny is my favorite thing in the world. All right, later on, we're going to get into some more stuff from AgriCraft, but for now, I'm just going to plant this. So you just basically right-click that on the ground, and then you right-click your seed into it, and pretty much every seed will go in here. You can there's even ways to get sugarcane seeds and all sorts of different things. I don't think we can do any lily seeds, but that's okay. Oh yeah, I love it when we get extras. We can now grow 4 at a time. That's awesome. That happens very rarely, but when it happens, it's a happy, happy day. All right, so that's 2 more ender pearls. How are we doing on ender pearls? We got 6 of those puppies. Awesome. Oh, okay, I got to do this. I like sorting by number of items because I find that the things I need most often are at the top. Go figure. You can also do it in other ways, but I'll let you figure that out on your own. Okay, so here's what we want to do. We want to automate. And if you remember how we did this, the ME interface has crafting patterns in there, processing patterns, that tell it what to do in order to get what. And so this can stick something in here, and when it's done, we've got Steve's putting it back in here so that it knows that it's done. We need to do something like that here. I want to make it so that, for example, well, let's just take a look at the recipes and see. For example, when I need nether quartz, I would really like it to say, hey, stick a piece of nether quartz ore in there to get nether quartz. That's not as useful it's probably more important to do this one. There we go. I want, when you need nether quartz dust, stick nether quartz in there, and you should get some dust. Simple enough. So we're going to have to go downstairs. See, okay, so sometimes there's disadvantages of having this down here. I could always make another one for up there, but eh. So we'll do quartz. Oh, we need to do, this is a processing pattern, so 1 quartz equals 1 nether quartz dust. Gonna grab that, but we need something else, don't we? We need enemy interface. Now, I'm going to tell it to make one, and then we're going to immediately do something with it. If we stick it in here, it becomes a different kind of interface. It's the same interface, but it's a multi-block interface. So I can come over here, and I know this. We just did this, but I'm going to take it off. We don't need that anymore. We're going to put an interface on this. Now, this interface acts exactly like that interface, except for it shares a space with a cable, and it only points at this. Now, we can also do the same thing with the arrow, but you'll see how this turns out handy later. You can also put more than one interface in one block, which currently we don't need, but whatever. So, if we open this guy up, and we say, and we put that in there, now this knows how to make nether quartz. There's only one problem, and I'll show you, I'll demonstrate that problem right now. Okay, we're going to use that bus later, but if we come in here and we middle click and say, I need 1 nether quartz, and it says, great, I know how to do that. Meanwhile, it goes over, does that. Uh-oh, this is not ejecting. So that's okay. Ender.io has this really cool interface where we can say, you know what? I want you to pull, no, push. And because all interfaces are basically dumps back into the system, then this, it gets pushed in what it needs to process, processes it, and pushes it right back out the back. Neat, huh? Now, not all machines can do that. These guys actually can do that too, but there are other machines that won't be able to push out their sides, and they also won't necessarily be able to push out the same side that they can pull from. There are ways to handle that. But for right now, we're not going to bother. That is done. So our system now knows how to make nether quartz dust. Sweet. That's handy because a lot of our recipes require that. And that'll come in later. All right. So eventually, and the other ones are the same. They are basically the same. The only difference is the pulverizer is one of the things that cannot push, and the induction smelter cannot both push and pull from the same side. Don't you hate that? So there's a couple of ways to handle that. Actually, I just thought of another way to do that. Because of the fact that we've got Ender.io running in for power, we actually could put item ducts or item conduit under there and have that push out. Okay, I'll play with that later because I want to show you something else first. Okay, so right over here, we've got ourselves a charger. We've got ourselves inscribers, and we've got ourselves a reactor access port. And I actually went ahead and broke out this piece right here and put a glass cable there because I've got this idea. I'm going to grab that out of there because I don't want that there. It's going to get in my way. Where can I put that? I do want light. Yeah, okay. Let's get ourselves another interface. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. I'm going to grab this right now just as a reminder. Because I'm going to show you something else. Really cool. Okay, so right here, we're going to put that there. And I am going to, let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, oh gosh, no. Okay. Can I get to it on this side? There we go. Yeah. So I want it to only point up and interact with the chest. Otherwise, it's going to interact with the inscriber, and I don't want it to do that. Now, again, I could turn that into, instead of an interface, I could turn that into, well, I can turn that into a multi-block interface and then put another piece of cable there, and it would work just as well. However, in this case, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to do this. I need 2 pieces of item conduit that I'm going to place here and here. I'm going to disconnect this one. Disabled. So now we got this way. Okay. So in here we have Eulorium ingots that need to be placed in, and we have plutonium that comes out. So for every 2 Eulorium put in, no, for every Eulorium that gets used, a plutonium comes out. Is it plutonium? No, it's cyanite. Sorry. Yeah, it's cyanite. And we've already processed, and I've been manually pulling out the cyanite. So what we can do, see, I don't need a filter. I don't think I need a filter because I think it'll only put in the right stuff and pull out the right stuff. So we're going to change this to in-out mode and turn that off. I think that's actually all we need to do because it will only pull out what it should and it'll only put in what it should. So set this for in-out mode. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's... never mind. Yeah, it pulled all my Eulorium out. That's okay. We can change this. We can make it work. We just need a filter. All right. Do I have the stuff? Of course not. Of course not. Up to the kitchens. You know, I'm really tempted just to move that. Oh, by the way, I did some decoration there. Just goofing around. All right. Man, we need to do something about this. We'll get to that later. For now, that'll be good. I'm just going to come down this way. All right. I end up with the same thing. Okay. So a filter. I already did that. Do that. I didn't make a hopper. I really should make myself... Probably going to end up needing 2 of those anyway. I really should make myself a recipe for that. But that's okay. Okay, so in in-out mode, we want to only extract... Let's see if I thought about this ahead of time. Cyanite. Only extract cyanite. I don't think we're going to need a filter to go in because what's it pulling in? There's nothing in here. So we don't need to... I mean, nothing's going to get pulled in unless we tell it specifically what to pull in. And instead of doing that on a filter, we're actually going to do this on the interface. So the interface really serves 3 purposes. One is the patterns that you can put in here for auto crafting and auto processing. 2 is that you can dump things in there. If I have anything, I can just throw it in there. I don't have anything I want to put in there right now, but you can just throw things in there and they go into the system. And the third thing that this does is it will store anything that you put up here. It will actually keep that many in here. Now, what we're not seeing right now is if I've configured everything correctly, it is pulling one out at a time. And, oh gosh, it's already gone to 64. So this was pulling them out and putting them in here one at a time. And if I pull this out, it's going to just be boop, 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 like that. All right? So, from this point forward, we'll always have Eulorium in here. Now, I wouldn't dare do that without this automatic shutdown system, because that automatic shutdown system means that we're not going to drain our entire... I mean, you could... Without an auto insert, you could lose a stack of 64. With an auto insert, you can lose everything you own. So make sure you got an auto shutdown of some kind that works. But this is now completely automated. I don't have to think about fuel at all because it's going to pull out any used up fuel and it's going to put in any any fuel we have. The only thing I need to do is make sure that we always have some yellorium in here. I've got a trick for that too, but we'll get to that later. I know. Lots of things we're going to do later. All right. So, let me think. So we've done that. Oh, yeah, that's right. So that's only half the battle right there. Because now we're pulling out of here and we're putting in there, but I want to actually autocraft processors and charged Certus. Okay? Now, right now, all we need to do... How do we... Oh, yeah, that's right. So over here, this is going to get real interesting. What I want to do is I want to have... So this interface will put the recipe, the items for the recipe in here, but it won't necessarily pull them back unless we have a way of doing that. Well, we've already got item ducts or item conduits connecting these two, so we just need to convince it to pull out completed processors and charged Certus and put them in here. Or, better yet, I'm thinking, if this didn't insert, it only extracted, we could end up with, I'm thinking, hang on, what if I said that this only extracts, and that's going to try and extract, oh yeah, so we'll do a filter. I knew we'd need that filter for something. So if, yeah. If this only extracts completed processors, I've got a few of these around here, and charged Certus, let's see if this works. Because those are the only things we really want. Except for I want that on in-out mode. And because I do want it to be able to insert printed silicon into there, which I might need another filter for. We'll find out. And then this can take anything we want. Well, and we're going to need... Let's see. So if I throw these in there, it should pull them all out. Nice. Seems to work. All right, let's go downstairs and set up these processing component things. And where is it? Oh, it's over here. So what does it take to make processors? Well, it takes a pure Certus quartz to make a calculation processor. And we need more of these. Let's make 10. Of course. Ooh, we're out of glowstone? Oh, that's no good. Really? I'm going to have to go to the nether and get some more glowstone. Well, I could... Let me just kind of make a few just so I can do this. There we go. I'll go get some glowstone later. Gimme 10. Quite clear glass. Do I not have any glass either? Oh, yeah, I'm kind of running low on glass too. Well, I gotta... Oh, actually, before we do anything else... By the way, if you ever want to reuse one of these guys, shift right-click, and it empties it. Or you can just put it... you can actually... You can make the... I'll show you. Here, I'm actually just going to do this. If you leave this down here, if I pull this out and clear this, when I put it back down here, it'll refill with what's currently in there, and then you can just change it any way you want. So if I say 1 sand equals 1 clear glass, this is now that. See? And that would be a very handy thing to have on the alloy smelter that we don't currently have automated. So we're just going to do that really quick. So I knew we'd end up needing to do that. Do that. Gimme, gimme. And yeah, I want to do the same thing with this one. And oh, it wasn't online. Okay. It looked different. So now it knows how to make glass, in theory. And we just need to tell it, actually, we really don't need this anymore at all. So, that's not the button. Recipes. Oh my goodness. Configure IO. So I'm going to turn that off. And then I'm going to turn that to push. And now I'm going to go back down here. We're going to throw, I don't need that or that, and we're going to tell it to make 10 of these. Hey, look, we have everything. And you can even hear it processing something. Let's go see. Look at that. It's making nether quartz dust, and it's making quite clear glass. Awesome. All right. So now, just throw these in there. And what was it we were going to do? Oh, right. All the processors. So let's grab... I'm just going to grab one of each of these. Hey. And then... gold. So 1 gold equals 1 logic processor. And... 1 diamond. Not a diamond and a gold. That would be expensive. And a calculation processor requires a pure Certus. And then a regular Certus makes a charged Certus. All right. So we should be able to put all those into this guy here. Like that. That one interface is serving a lot of purposes. All right, so in theory, I can tell it to make a charged Certus. Start. That should go in there. In a second. Okay, it stuck it in there. Oh. Yeah. It's set to only extract those items. Oh, you know what? We need to do this in reverse. You can extract anything you want, but you can only insert these things into here. That solves a lot of problems. Except for the part where it grabbed a bunch of redstone. Oh, because I didn't actually have it. I had the I pulled the filters out for a second there. Okay, so let's see. By the way, this button up here, crafting status, you click on that and it says no active jobs. So I know that it at least canceled its job. So we've got 20 charged Certus. In theory, if we tell it to make one, we should end up with 21. There we go. See, it's charging. Charging. There we go. Pull it back in, and we now have 21 charged Certus. That's awesome. Let's make one more of these guys. One more of those. Oh, yeah. We only have one crafting CPU, so we can only do this one at a time. Here. There we go. See, it's making it. If those were facing the other direction, we could watch it make it, and it just got it back. It works perfectly. I'm not going to even test the other ones because they should work. All is well. This is all completely automated. Next time I need to make something with processors, it'll just make them. That's awesome. Okay. These two are done. Now what we need to do is set these guys up. Now I'm going to turn off all their automation here for now. And I think I'll make 2 more interfaces for the backs. Actually, oh, you know, there is a really simple way to do this. Yes, there is a very simple way to do this. As a matter of fact, let's do this. I'm going to pull this out of the way. You can turn these either direction. Recursive network. I never even knew that was a thing. Yes, yes, yes. And that should still be online because it actually, these act as wires as well. And I can throw that in there and it should still work. But now I can take, yeah, I need 2 more interfaces. Need 2 more. Start. What's 1? Why is it taking so long? 2. Oh, it had to make, oh, shoot. I didn't mean to cancel that. Start. There we go. It had to actually make the glass. That's why it took an extra second. And then let me just go ahead and do these. And we'll go doot, doot. And then we're going to grab some of this. We're going to go dun, dun. Like that. And then this is going to be on insert mode. We're going to have these push out the top everything. And these push out the top everything. Turn off the redstone requirement. Don't miss and hit the cable itself. And now, every time these are done with something, they're just going to push it up and dump it into this interface, which, as we said, is a dumping ground. So you can just do that. Now we can actually set up any patterns that we want into here, except for they won't work because there we go. And now, so the back is now set to take in the actual recipe components of whatever we put in here. And yeah, I haven't set anything up yet. I'll probably do gold with rich slag or something. I don't know. We'll see. Oh no, the induction smelter has one really important recipe: hardened glass. So we'll actually set up processing for obsidian powder and pulverized lead to make hardened glass. Oh, most of the rest of the stuff is unnecessary. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything else exciting. Except for, of course, the ore tripling, which is always handy. Ooh, you can double sulfur and 2 raw rubber will make 4 rubber and sometimes a little bit more. That's cool. Invar is the other one that I'll probably do through here, just because it's a nice, simple, easy thing. All right. You know what? That's enough for this episode, I think. We have automated many, many of the things. Yes, we have. I think just about everything we have is automated now. That's awesome. We're going to have to make more machines. Do more things. All right. Next time, I'm going to be ready for some more stuff. We're going to work on something completely different, I hope. I'll probably throw some recipes in here off camera and get more things automated, but it'll just be a lot more of the same. And then we'll look at some new stuff next time. I don't know what. If you got any suggestions, feel free to send them in. All right. Talk to you later. Thanks for joining me.